When we hear the name Pablo Picasso, images of abstract faces, fragmented forms, and bold, revolutionary artworks immediately spring to mind. Yet, behind the iconic paintings and sculptures lies a man whose life was as colorful and complex as his most famous works. This Spanish artist, who lived for 91 years, left an indelible mark on the art world that continues to resonate and inspire more than 4 decades after his death. In this exploration of Picasso's life, we'll delve into 8 fascinating facts that paint a more complete picture of the man behind the masterpieces. From his prodigious beginnings to his political activism, and from his numerous romantic entanglements to the enduring mysteries surrounding his work, these insights offer a glimpse into the multifaceted world of one of history's most influential artists. So, prepare to step into the vibrant, often chaotic, but always captivating world of Pablo Picasso. Picasso was a child prodigy. Pablo Picasso's journey in the world of art began remarkably early, showcasing a talent that would soon revolutionize the artistic landscape of the 20th century. Born in 1881 in Malaga, Spain, Picasso displayed an extraordinary aptitude for drawing from a very young age. His father, Don José Ruiz y Blasco, a painter and art professor, recognized his son's exceptional talent and began formally training him in figure drawing and oil painting when Pablo was just 7 years old. The young Picasso's progress was nothing short of astonishing. By the age of 13, he had surpassed his father's artistic abilities, a fact that Don José acknowledged with a mixture of pride and resignation. According to family legend, upon seeing his son's superior technique, Picasso's father handed the boy his own palette and brushes, vowing to give up painting himself. While this story may be somewhat embellished, it underscores the remarkable precocity of the young artist. Picasso's early mastery of academic techniques laid the groundwork for his later innovations, allowing him to break the rules with a deep understanding of what he was rebelling against. This early start to his artistic journey helps explain the vast and varied body of work he would produce over his long career, as well as his continuous evolution as an artist. He co-founded Cubism, revolutionizing modern art. Perhaps Picasso's most significant contribution to the art world was his role in the development of Cubism, a revolutionary artistic movement that fundamentally altered the course of modern art. Along with French artist Georges Braque, Picasso co-founded Cubism around 1907 to 1908, introducing a radical new approach to representing 3-dimensional objects on a 2-dimensional canvas. Cubism broke from the traditional Western art of perspective, which had dominated painting since the Renaissance. Instead of depicting objects from a single viewpoint, Cubist artists presented multiple perspectives simultaneously, fragmenting and reassembling forms in an abstract manner. This approach allowed artists to show different sides of an object at once, creating a more complete representation of the subject. Picasso's seminal work, Les Demoiselles d'Avignon, 1907, is often considered a precursor to Cubism, with its angular and fractured depiction of 5 nude women. The movement reached its peak with works like Portrait of Ambroise Vollard from 1910 and Girl with a Mandolin, where objects and figures are broken down into geometric shapes, creating a complex interplay of form and space. Cubism's influence extended far beyond painting, impacting sculpture, architecture, and even literature. It paved the way for pure abstraction and is considered one of the most influential art movements of the 20th century, cementing Picasso's place as a true revolutionary in the history of art. Picasso's artistic output was immense and diverse. Pablo Picasso's creative output over his long career was nothing short of staggering, both in terms of quantity and diversity. Over the course of his 78-year career, Picasso produced an estimated 147,000 pieces of art, including 13,500 paintings, 100,000 prints and engravings, 34,000 book illustrations, and 300 sculptures and ceramics. This prolific output averages to about 5 works per day, every day, for his entire adult life, a testament to his tireless work ethic and boundless creativity. What's even more remarkable than the sheer volume of Picasso's work is its incredible diversity. Throughout his career, Picasso continually experimented with different styles, techniques, and mediums. He moved through various artistic periods, each distinct and groundbreaking in its own right. From his blue period, 1901 to 1904, characterized by somber paintings in shades of blue and blue-green, to his rose period, 1904 to 1906, with its warmer tones and more optimistic themes, Picasso constantly evolved as an artist. He explored primitivism, co-founded Cubism, experimented with surrealism, and even ventured into realism and neoclassicism at various points in his career. Beyond painting, Picasso was also a prolific sculptor, printmaker, ceramicist, and stage designer. He even dabbled in poetry later in life. This willingness to continually reinvent himself and push the boundaries of artistic expression is a key reason why Picasso remains such a towering figure in the history of art. His vast and varied body of work continues to inspire and challenge artists and art lovers alike, more than a century after he first began creating. He was politically active and created powerful anti-war art. While Picasso is primarily remembered for his artistic innovations, he was also a passionate political activist, particularly in his stance against war and fascism. His political awakening came during the Spanish Civil War, which deeply affected him and influenced his art. Picasso's most famous political work was created in response to the German bombing of Guernica, a Basque town in northern Spain. This monumental painting, measuring 3.5 meters by 7.8 meters, is a powerful and haunting depiction of the horrors of war, featuring distorted figures of humans and animals in various states of anguish and terror. Once, in his studio in occupied Paris, German officers visited him. Looking at Guernica, they asked, "Is this your work?" To which he replied sadly, "No, it's all your work." Picasso's political engagement extended beyond his art. He joined the French Communist Party in 1944, shortly after the liberation of Paris from German occupation, and remained a member until his death in 1973. Though his relationship with the party was at times complicated, Picasso remained committed to left-wing causes throughout his life. He was an outspoken critic of Francisco Franco's dictatorship in Spain and used his fame to draw attention to various political causes. In 1949, Picasso's Dove of Peace became an iconic symbol of the peace movement. He created several versions of the dove for various world peace congresses. Picasso's political activism and anti-war stance added another dimension to his already complex legacy, demonstrating that art could be a powerful tool for social and political commentary. His willingness to use his art and his fame to advocate for peace and justice continues to inspire artists and activists today. Picasso's personal life was as colorful as his art. Pablo Picasso's romantic life was as passionate and tumultuous as his art, marked by numerous relationships that profoundly influenced his work. Throughout his life, Picasso had 2 wives, 6 mistresses, and countless lovers, each leaving their mark on his artistic output. His relationships often overlapped, and he was known for his tendency to abandon one woman for another, a pattern that contributed to his reputation as a womanizer. Picasso's first serious relationship was with Fernande Olivier, a model who appeared in many of his Rose period paintings. He then had a long relationship with Eva Goel, who died young of tuberculosis. In 1918, Picasso married Olga Koklova, a ballerina with Sergei Diaghilev's troupe, but their marriage was troubled. While still married to Olga, Picasso began a relationship with Marie-Thérèse Walter, who became the subject of many of his sensual, curvilinear paintings in the 1930s. Later, he became involved with the photographer Dora Maar, known for her striking features and intellectual prowess, who documented the creation of Guernica. After World War II, Picasso began a relationship with Françoise Gillot, with whom he had 2 children. His last partner was Jacqueline Roquet, whom he married in 1961 when he was 79 years old. Each of these women played a significant role in Picasso's life and art, often serving as models and muses. The way Picasso depicted these women in his art evolved along with his artistic style, from the naturalistic portraits of his early years to the more abstract and fragmented representations of his later work. This intertwining of his personal life and his art adds another layer of complexity to understanding Picasso's oeuvre, as each relationship seemed to spark new artistic directions and innovations. He was a master of many mediums. While Pablo Picasso is primarily known for his paintings, his artistic genius extended far beyond the canvas. Throughout his career, Picasso demonstrated an extraordinary ability to master and innovate in a wide variety of artistic mediums. This versatility not only showcases his incredible talent, but also his restless creativity and desire to constantly explore new forms of artistic expression. Sculpture was a significant part of Picasso's artistic output. He began experimenting with sculpture early in his career and continued to create three-dimensional works throughout his life. His sculptural works range from more traditional bronze castings to assemblages made from found objects. One of his most famous sculptures, Bull's Head, 1942, was created from a bicycle seat and handlebars, demonstrating Picasso's ability to see artistic potential in everyday objects. In addition to sculpture, Picasso was also a prolific printmaker, producing over 2,400 prints in various techniques including etching, lithography, and lino cut. He often used printmaking to explore themes and ideas he was working on in his paintings, but he also created unique works specifically for the medium. Ceramics was another area where Picasso left his mark. In the late 1940s, he began working with clay, producing thousands of ceramic pieces over the next 25 years. These range from functional plates and bowls to more sculptural works, all bearing his distinctive style and playful approach to form. Picasso also ventured into stage design, creating sets and costumes for several ballet productions, most notably for Sergei Diaghilev's ballets Russes. He even tried his hand at poetry later in life, writing hundreds of poems. This incredible range of artistic expression underscores Picasso's boundless creativity and his ability to see artistic potential in virtually any medium. It also helps explain his enormous influence on 20th century art, as his innovations weren't confined to a single form, but spread across the entire spectrum of artistic creation. Picasso's name is much longer than you think. Pablo Picasso is a name known worldwide, but few are aware that it's actually just a small part of the artist's full name. Born in Malaga, Spain, on October 25, 1881, he was baptized with the impressively long name Pablo Diego José Francisco de Paula Juan Nepomuceno María de los Remedios Cipriano de la Santísima Trinidad Ruiz y Picasso. This grand name, consisting of a string of saints and relatives, reflects the Spanish naming custom of the time, which often included names to honor various family members and patron saints. The story of how Pablo Picasso chose which parts of his name to use professionally is an interesting one. Pablo was for his father, Pablo Ruiz Blasco, while Picasso was his mother's maiden name. In his early years as an artist, Picasso actually signed his works as P. Ruiz. However, around 1901, he began to use Picasso more frequently, eventually dropping Ruiz altogether. This choice was partly to distinguish himself from his father, who was also a painter, but it may also have been because he felt Picasso was more distinctive and memorable. Indeed, the name Picasso has become synonymous with artistic genius and innovation. It's fascinating to consider how different art history might look if he had chosen to go by Pablo Ruiz or any other combination from his extensive name. The choice of Picasso as his professional name is a small but significant detail in the larger story of how Pablo crafted not just his art, but also his public persona and legacy. The mystery of Picasso's stolen paintings. While Pablo Picasso's works are among the most recognizable and valuable in the world, a surprising number of his paintings have been stolen over the years, creating an intriguing subplot in the artist's legacy. The most famous of these thefts occurred in 2010, when 5 paintings, collectively valued at over 100 million euros, were stolen from the Paris Museum of Modern Art. The stolen works included Picasso's Dove with Green Peas, a Cubist painting from 1912. What makes this theft particularly mysterious is that the paintings have never been recovered and their whereabouts remain unknown to this day. But this is far from the only Picasso painting to have been stolen. In fact, Picasso is considered the most stolen artist in history, with over 1,000 of his works listed as missing. These thefts have occurred all over the world, from museums and galleries to private collections. In 2012, a Picasso painting worth millions was stolen from the Kunsthal Museum in Rotterdam, along with works by Monet, Gauguin, and Matisse. The thieves later claimed to have burned the paintings to destroy evidence, though this claim has been disputed. Another notable case occurred in 1976, when 118 Picasso works were stolen from the Palais des Papes, in Avignon, France. Most of these were eventually recovered, but the incident highlighted the vulnerability of even well-protected artworks. The frequency of Picasso thefts is partly due to the high value of his works, but it also speaks to their recognizability and the enduring fascination with the artist. Each stolen Picasso painting becomes a story in itself, a missing piece in the vast puzzle of the artist's oeuvre. These thefts add an element of intrigue and mystery to Picasso's legacy, reminding us that even decades after his death, his art continues to captivate, not just for its aesthetic and historical value, but also for the stories and secrets that surround it. The hunt for these missing masterpieces continues, leaving open the tantalizing possibility that someday, a long-lost Picasso might resurface, adding yet another chapter to the artist's extraordinary story. In conclusion, Pablo Picasso's life and work continue to fascinate and inspire us decades after his death. From his prodigious beginnings to his co-founding of Cubism, from his immense and diverse artistic output to his political activism, Picasso's impact on the art world and beyond is immeasurable. His complex personal life, mastery of multiple artistic mediums, and even the peculiarities of his name all contribute to the legend of this extraordinary artist. Perhaps most intriguingly, the mystery surrounding his stolen works adds an element of ongoing drama to Picasso's legacy. It serves as a reminder that art is not just about creation, but also about preservation and the complex relationship between art and society. As we continue to study, appreciate, and sometimes hunt for Picasso's works, we're not just engaging with beautiful or challenging images, but with the entire fascinating life story of one of the most influential figures in modern art. Picasso once said, "Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once he grows up." In his own life, Picasso seemed to have solved this problem, maintaining a childlike sense of wonder, experimentation, and creativity throughout his 91 years. His story encourages us to look at the world with fresh eyes, to challenge conventions, and to never stop creating and evolving. As we continue to uncover new aspects of his life and work, Pablo Picasso remains as relevant and captivating today as he was during his lifetime, his influence stretching far beyond the canvases he painted and into the very fabric of how we understand art and creativity.